Alright guys, so here's the full review of the Heimdallr Titanium Sea Ghost, otherwise known as the Omega Seamaster No Time to Die Homage. So I did the unboxing of this one quite a while ago now. Sorry it's taken so long to get around to doing the full review. I've had quite a lot of pieces coming in recently that I needed to get done before they were time specific ones, so this got pushed back down the order a bit, but finally got around to doing it now. Hopefully you're still interested in it, because I think you should be, because this is a really interesting watch. So let's get down to it and find out why. So here it is. If you haven't already seen the unboxing and first impressions, I'll leave a link to that up here, but otherwise let's crack straight on with this. So I've been trying this out for quite a while now. I normally try and do it for about a week. It's actually been slightly more than that now. Well, quite a bit more than that I think actually, because I've had other watches coming up in between, but that's given me a chance to properly test out this titanium. So let's go to zoom in. There you go, you can probably see there's quite a few little scratches on that. And that is because there's no scratch resistant coating on this titanium, as you get with some other titanium watches. So I'll quickly show you a comparison. Zoom back out. Pop that down for a second. Now here's my Hamtun H2 Kraken, which is also titanium. So I've actually had this one for I think it's over a year now. I haven't worn it every day since then, obviously. I do alternate my watches pretty much every day, or sometimes even a couple of times a day, depending on whether I'm doing reviews or not. But as you can see, there's no marks on this at all, or on the bracelet. And that's because this has actually got the scratch resistant coating I was on about before, which the Heimdallr doesn't have. So again, I'll quickly show you them side by side. So this is without the scratch resistant coating from a few weeks of use, and this is with the scratch resistant coating from about a year's worth of use. In fact, let's zoom back out. So, something to bear in mind. Yes, titanium is lighter. It is stronger, but it is prone to scratches if it doesn't have the scratch resistant coating. So, something to be aware of. So, getting back to the watch, let's get a quick zoom in on that dial actually, and show you that. So, still really loving this colour. So they actually have a few different colours of this. They have this blue one, they have a black one, and they also have a white one as well. So I'll probably leave pictures on screen now so you can see what they're like. And another thing to mention as well is this strap. So this doesn't actually come as standard with the watch. This is a $20 option, but I highly recommend picking this up because it is really nice with the Heimdallr shark on there, and then you've got the Omega style clasp, which is really, really nice. I think for $20 it's just a no-brainer pretty much, because originally it comes on a NATO, but you do also get a free rubber strap, but I'll show you that in a bit. Really loving the dial, also loving that domed crystal as well. Checking out if that's sapphire in a bit. Again, really nice colour matched date window. That'll be colour matched on all the different colour versions, which is always a nice touch. Do like the little red tip on the second hand, matching the Sea Ghost text. Just helps tie it all together. We've got that helium escape valve, which probably isn't actually useful, but it's following the design language of the original, so it's on there. So quickly zoom back out again. Talk about the movement. So we've got an NH35 in this. So you get your usual, pop it out once, change the date, pop it out again, change the time obviously, second hand stops, so we've got hacking, pop it back in again, second hand going again. No issues with that, really nice and smooth, really definite pops for the different positions. Would have liked to seen a sign crown, but It's not a deal breaker. We've got quite a nice etched back with that Heimdallr shark again, and a bit of texture on the outside, automatic movement, sapphire crystal, 200 meter water resistance, and 100% titanium. Because that is one of the main selling points of this watch, really. The fact that it is titanium, because you really don't see many of them, especially on AliExpress. Speaking of which though, this isn't actually from AliExpress. This is from HeimdallrWatch.com. And like I said in the intro, they sent me this for free. I don't have to send it back, but you know the score. That's not going to affect the way I do my reviews. Keeping it 100% honest all the time, no matter what. Let's quickly show you how this works in case you haven't watched the unboxing. So open this up, and then you just slide that in there, and then obviously pick whichever size you need. I know I need it on that third one, pop it in. That simple, fold it over, and then you've got all the excess on the inside instead of flapping around on the outside. Does add a little bit of bulk, but we'll talk about that when we get to the wrist shot at the end. For now though, let's check out the dimensions on this. So we've got a thickness of 13.4mm, diameter of 42mm, lug width of 20, and a lug to lug of just under 49. So pretty nice dimensions. Pretty standard, nothing out of the ordinary. So before we get on to checking out the loom, quickly talk about this bezel action, because this was one of the things I talked about in the unboxing. It has actually loosened up a little bit. Still no play, which is good. Because when I first tried this, it was a little bit stiff, but it seems to have broken in a bit now. So it's pretty nice. Still got a different sound to a steel one, but that's just because it's titanium. It's going to have a different kind of sound. But zoom in again, show you it does actually line up, so no issues there. Now quickly undo this actually, so I can lay it flat to do the sapphire test. Using the trusty diamond selector tool. And yep, we've got sapphire crystal, so it's always good. They weren't lying with that one. And as I showed you earlier, it is a really nice dome as well, like a box dome sapphire crystal. So you get a nice bit of distortion from that. And as you know, I'm just a bit of a sucker for dome crystal, because I just love the distortion you get from them. So I've really been liking wearing this one. So now, the other bit you're probably interested about with this is the loom. So let's check that out. So it's lining up pretty well already, but as always, let's give it a proper chance and charge it up. And there we go. So, really like the loom on this. It is really nice. Really evenly applied. No patchiness at all. Everything seems to be the same kind of level. Nothing like one thing brighter than the other. And I do like as well, they've got it on the outline of the hands, not just on the tips. It's a nice touch. Obviously, that's going to fade a bit quicker than the rest, because there's just not a lot of area to actually get loom on it. But the actual tips of the hands, exactly the same as the dial. At the indices, sorry. So that's a really long amount of time. Great loom on this. The kind of loom that you can actually see in the day. That's when you know you've got a good one. So, it's coming up a slightly different colour to in real life, because this is actually C3. So it is actually more green than this when you see it in person. But the camera, as always with the loom shots, is a little bit funny. Kind of doesn't quite pick it up as bright as it is, and also sometimes slightly changes the colours. But this is actually C3. So all that's left to do now is show it you on wrist, but I'll also show it you on that rubber strap as well that you get for free, but we'll start with this one. So this is what it looks like on my 7-inch wrist, and I do really like this. The combination of this strap and this watch, and with it being titanium as well, I just absolutely love it. It's really light, really comfortable, and I do like this as well. Granted, it adds a little bit of bulk at the bottom, but it kind of balances out, I think. Although the head of the watch isn't that heavy, the bracelet isn't really either. So, just overall, just a really nice wearing piece, and a really nice looking piece as well. Absolutely zero issues with it. So I highly recommend it. So I'll quickly show you now what it's like on the other strap that you get for free. And this is what it looks like on the free rubber strap that you get. It is actually really nice. Really comfortable, really soft, flexible. Would have been nice to have a side buckle, but by no means a deal breaker, especially with it being a free extra strap. In fact, I'd say this is probably better than a lot of straps you actually get on a lot of AliExpress watches. So with it being a bonus one, it's just icing on the cake, I think. But as I've said, I've not really been wearing it on this because I really like that mesh one. I highly recommend getting that if you do pick up one of these watches. Obviously, if you get a different dial colour, you get a matching strap. So you won't be getting the blue one. If you get the black version, obviously, or the white one. So, that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.